Welcome back. Hong Kong Disneyland is planning to build a third hotel. And as Stephanie Choi reports, the theme park was profitable for the second straight year.
More joy at what's dubbed the happiest place in the world, at least according to its account books. Hong Kong Disneyland reported nearly $5 billion in revenue for 2013, a 15% increase from the year before, and net profit doubled to $242 million. The number of visits to the theme park reached 7.4 million, a new high. Occupancy rate at its two hotels also hit a record 94%. To make room for even more guests, there are plans to build a third hotel. It could be completed by 2017 at the earliest and will provide 750 rooms. Disney has reached an agreement with the government on funding for the $4.2 billion project. Part of it will come from the Hong Kong theme park itself, part of it from its parent company in the US, and there will also be fixed-term loans from both the parent and the government. The theme park is upbeat about its future thanks largely to the continuing increase in mainland visitors.
The 15% growth basically came from mainland China. And frankly, I don't have a crystal ball to see, how sustainable it is. But as long as, disposable income keep increasing, keep rising, the demand for outbound travel from China certainly will continue to grow.
The government has a more than 50% stake in Hong Kong Disneyland. The financing agreement for the new hotel will ensure the government remains the major shareholder. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
The Consumer Council and Center for Food Safety have found about 60% of nutrition labels on small-size products are hard to read. As Vicky Kung reports, some descriptions can only be read using a magnifying glass.
Finding it difficult to read food labels? You're not alone.
I've got to say this is very small.
Yeah, bigger labels, definitely bigger labels.
Even for me, I cannot read because it's very small.
Between August and September last year, the Consumer Council and the Center for Food Safety looked at 100 samples of small prepackaged food and drink. Officials wanted to see how difficult it was to read the nutrition labels. What they found was shocking.
Of the 100 samples that we have taken, 63 did not comply with the recommendations in the guidelines. The results reflect that the situation is not satisfactory. So we appeal to the trade to make reference to the guidelines and make more legible nutrition labels for consumers' information and choices.
The guidelines recommend that English letters be at least 0.8 millimeters tall. Chinese characters should be at least 1.8 millimeters tall. But the study showed that many inspected samples had descriptions that are too small. In one extreme case, letters were barely 0.48 millimeters tall, and the corresponding Chinese characters only 0.91 millimeters in height, a size the consumer watchdog called impossible to read without a magnifying glass. And it's not just size that matters.
The key elements for legible nutrition labels are suitable font size, good contrast between the words and the background, and have enough spacing for words or the characters. Other factors which affect legibility include appropriate font types, printing technology, and printing on a non-reflective surface.
Another problem with food labels is that stickers are sometimes on uneven parts of the packaging, such as the brim of this bottle of milk.
The Consumer Council said it will meet with food suppliers, supermarkets and other retailers to come up with solutions to the problem. Vicky Kong, TVB News.
The Consumer Council also found that some dehumidifiers are not as effective as advertised. The council said some products showed a 20% difference in what the label said the machine could do and its actual ability. It also noted some manufacturers gave their products two sets of labels, which was confusing for consumers. They had the standardized label approved by the government, plus a label based on tests set by companies themselves. But the watchdog said tests done by the manufacturers produce misleading results.
To Venezuela, where President Nicolas Maduro has expelled 3 U.S. diplomats, accusing them of working with the opposition to undermine his government. In a televised address, Maduro accused them of infiltrating Venezuelan universities under the guise of doing consular visa work. The decision comes amid rising tensions in the country because of the anti-government protest movement. There were more clashes overnight between police and protesters in the capital, Caracas. Maduro also called on opposition leader Leopoldo Lopez to accept justice and the intervention of the public prosecutor's office. Lopez is the target of a police manhunt for allegedly inciting violence at anti-government protests last Wednesday. He has promised to turn himself in later.
Authorities in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania have their hands on one shocking case of murder. They're investigating a teenage Satanist who admits to killing a man she lured on the internet. That, in addition to claims of murdering 22 other people.
In a jailhouse interview, 19-year-old Miranda Barber said she was part of a satanic cult that killed people who deserved to die. The reporter who broke the story says he was shocked at her calm and callous demeanor while admitting to her murderous rampage.
She was very well-spoken, very mild-mannered, very polite. I mean, she was very polite, and she never hesitated in anything she said.
One such victim was 42-year-old Troy LaFerrera. He had answered a bogus ad that Barber placed in the popular website Craigslist, where she offered sex for $100 US. Barber claims she and her husband killed him because he insisted on having sex with her, even though she told him she was only 16 years old. She says her husband strangled him with a cord while she took to stabbing him 20 times. The victim's body was later found dumped in an alley. Barber also alleges she killed at least 22 people in states including Alaska, California, Texas, and North Carolina.
She said she has, done this before, and I said, "What's the actual number?" And she said, "Under 100."
In the murder spree story, Barber is quoted as saying after she killed 22 people, she stopped counting. She also added that she can pinpoint on a map where all the bodies can be found. What's more, the reporter insists she was not at all sorry.
I said, "Miranda, as you sit here, do you have any remorse whatsoever?" And she said, "None."
Attorneys for Barber and her husband, 22-year-old Elite Barber, are seeking psychiatric evaluations for their clients. They're also pleading with the judge to toss out all statements Barber made before she was charged.
All right, Chris, what do you have for us today in sports?
Some basketball to get us going. One of those, the annual fun game, right? The East beat the West in a high-scoring, record-breaking All-Star game. The annual NBA Showcase featured an array of dunks and other spectacular plays. Jameson Wong with the highlights.
Last night, we brought you highlights of the Berlin International Film Festival. Tonight, let's meet the winners of the BAFTAs.
12 Years a Slave.
The harrowing drama 12 Years a Slave was named Best Film at the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards ceremony. That's cementing its status as favorite for the Oscars next month. Space thriller Gravity did well, too. It won 6 prizes from 11 nominations, including Best Director Alfonso Cuarón of Mexico. Chiwetel Ejiofor captured the Best Actor award for his performance in 12 Years a Slave, and Cate Blanchett was named leading actress for her role in Blue Jasmine. And that's a wrap of our news. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Hello everyone, it was mainly cloudy today with coastal fog this morning. At 5 p.m., a cold front over the northern part of South China is moving southwards gradually. Today's temperatures range from 15.3 to 20.9 degrees. And the current temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow?
Oh. Ah.
it will be humid, foggy in the morning and at night, warm with sunny periods. Temperatures will fall rapidly with a few rain patches at night. Temperatures will range from 14 to 23 degrees. Tomorrow's air quality health index will range from low to moderate, and the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 7. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Rain in Shanghai and Xiamen, showers in Taipei. Rain in Guangzhou and Macau, cloudy in Chengdu. Cloudy in Beijing and Seoul, sunny in Tokyo. Rain in Bangkok, cloudy in Ho Chi Minh City, sunny intervals in Manila. Sunny intervals in Kuala Lumpur, thunderstorms in Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Foggy in New Delhi, sunny in Karachi and Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo, showers in Nairobi. Thunderstorms in Brisbane, showers in Sydney, sunny in Melbourne, sunny intervals in Auckland. Sunny in Toronto, cloudy in New York. Showers in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Showers in London, sunny in Paris, sunny intervals in Amsterdam and Zurich, cloudy in Frankfurt. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.